What's good, man? It's OG Drip. This channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. And today, y'all, we're going to be talking about how to utilize the sun in Gemini. So if you're born with the sun in Gemini, pay close attention. If you're not, still pay close attention so you can see how each planet in Zodiac have different roles and characteristics. So, moving on, y'all. When we think about Gemini, we need to know out the gate that Gemini is immutable air. So when you think about an air sign, you need to know that it's already mental. You get what I'm saying? So when you know about Gemini, you need to know that it's represented with the twins. So this could be receiving and sharing something. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. You know how you look at twins and they're like they have to share their mother out the womb and stuff like that? It's literally that type of thing. You get what I'm saying? So literally look at it like that. And also you can see how the twins play different effects later on. So the twins can represent a lot of different things, different emotions. You get what I'm saying? Like one moment is them and one moment is switch. So you got to pay attention to that because at the end of the day, sometimes people will say solar Geminis is represented with a chameleon. So if you ever seen like astrology studies that use chameleons and use like animals for certain things, that'll be talking about that as well. But what do we know about Gemini? So not only do it's air sign, so it's based off of mental, and not only is it a mutable sign, so it's adaptable to anything that's going on, and it loves to change up its environments. That's what it'd rather proceed in. We got to know that the Gemini energy itself is like I said, it's twins. So it's a double increase. It's like somebody that's super energetic. But the thing is, they're energetic energy, but they're controlled by the third house, which is how we communicate. So these will be the type of people that it seems like they'll never stop talking. You get what I'm saying? So you have to pay close attention because this is the type of things that we need. The reason why it seems like that is not only that Gemini is ruler of the third house, but it's also being backed up and supported by Mercury. You get what I'm saying? So Mercury is basically the planet of how we say intellectual. You know what I'm saying? How we analyze, how we break down things. So it's like Mercury is the way that we communicate as well. So when you're looking at it, it's like communication with being in the air sign, it's like it's no containment to it. So it's such as it'll go anywhere. So this is why when you look at a Gemini, they're very sociable. They can get along with anybody. But see, the thing about Gemini is it's good. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's sign has good things to it. So when a Gemini learns something, they're one of the ones that don't mind sharing this information with you, especially when it comes to like intellectual, you know, because they got Mercury backing them up. So they love to have intellectual conversations, especially the older they get. See, now one thing you have to learn about a Gemini kid, and this is where you have to understand things at. See, a Gemini kid will be the type of kid that he don't necessarily know when it's okay to speak. So he don't know really when it is an intellectual moment. So he's ready to speak at any moment, or she's ready to speak at any moment. You get what I'm saying? Because they don't have control of it. Mercury moves very fast. So the pace and the rate of an air sign having Mercury back it up make them a lot of times short attention. Like they can't focus long. They can't stay on something too long. So they'll go from one subject to the next, to the next, to the next. So these are the same kids that you'll probably be trying to teach something, and you're like, dang, it take them a little longer, or not necessarily longer, but they not as focused as I need them to be to attract this. So in Gemini, you got to remember that even as a kid, you got to slow them down and help them focus in. Hey, boy, if you don't be quiet in this background, I know something. But anyway, that's Aquarius sun back there, y'all. We gonna get on them too soon. But anyway, like boom. So now when you think about how the Gemini acts as when they older, these would be the type of people that's ready to break down how they got rich, how they succeeded in life. Because at the most part, Gemini loves to help. You know what I mean? They don't mind helping. They love being around others. So this is the reason why they like the ruler of communications. So when you think of communications, think of your surroundings as well. So these would be the type of people that love to be around different people. They know how to, also when you think about the twins, they know how to take things from the outer world and bring it into the world. You get what I'm saying? So on a deep spiritual note, that's what air represents. So we got to remember, air being the masculine sign, so they're going to always take actions into these things. So when the sun is there, hey, it's solar Gemini. So they like super powered up. And you got to remember, now they got their masculine energy taking action behind them, which is all the actions is based off communication. So sometimes, like I said, they may be just talking a little more than they actually doing. And there ain't nothing wrong with that, because these are the type of people that we need in life to give us advice. But now on a bad note, they can be very two-faced. You get what I'm saying? Here we go again with the twins. Like, their personalities is like air. It's no containment. It's no like pinpointing it. It goes in all directions. So you may think you know them, but you don't. You get what I'm saying? Because it's air. So you may think today it may be a little breezy, and tomorrow it might be no air breathing. You know what I mean? So it's just like that. We don't know what to expect until you're actually dealing with them. So at the same time, this could also give y'all advantage of being like any type of thing that I'm trying to think, but like any type of job when basically you gotta like be undercover or anything like that, because they know how to switch back and forth. Not saying a police officer, just saying anything that when it comes down to you even have to show one side and bluff another one. So it could be cards in a way, you know what I'm saying, like poker. You know what I mean? A poker face, they'll be the main one for that. But now going on, when you think about how the air could be sometimes it's like trying to talk to them and it be airheaded. You get what I'm saying? It's like the words not sticking. So sometimes when on another bad trait is sometimes y'all have a problem with understanding people's emotions to a certain extent. And you don't understand that. So this is what to get you caught up too, and to also making you look like you two-faced it. Because you may be talking to someone and you ain't know how they really felt about somebody else, because you don't necessarily think about emotions. You just literally thinking about thoughts. It's like it's crazy, but that's literally what's going on through your mind. So you got to remember that. You got to have you got to build like a self-containment or a direction of wherever your wind going, your air going, however you want to look at it. So also when it come down to them, they do got a sense of humor. You know what I mean? Because like I said, they understand people. So at the end of the day, they'll catch it on to a mental note where they able to have this whole imagination. So sometimes it may be bigger than what you thought it would be. You get what I'm saying? So remember that, man. And at the end of the day, you got to remember, without us, without your sun and Geminis, you know, sometimes it may sound crazy to people, but y'all let us know the reason why people need each other. You know what I'm saying? To be able to communicate. Just like I'm communicating to y'all. This is like the way that we use it. And not only that, y'all represent the yang of the planet Mercury. So it's the masculine side of it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm a Virgo sign, so I'm basically the feminine side of Mercury. So it's like a difference, but it's like we both the hands. You know what I'm saying? The helping hands of getting this stuff done. So at the end of the day, take advantage of that. And my son is a sun in Gemini. So it's like I have to teach him right now of when to speak or when to release his air, because he's going to do it anyway, but he just got to learn of when. So he got to gain like an intellectual level of using it. Like, when should I say this? Like, oh, I shouldn't say this around that person, or I shouldn't say that around that person. So it's like you got to kind of help them with the containment. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you just gotta go with the flow of their air. So you gotta help them just be in the rod of it. You get what I'm saying? But either way, at the end of the day, you'll notice when they get grown, it'll start making more sense, because it's one of those signs that the more time go by, the more intellectual you get. The more what I say, as life go on, the more lessons you learn. So you'll start learning people and when to switch on and off that switch as well. So you may be around a person you know don't like you, but you know how to hold up a face of letting them know that, like, yo, I ain't letting you know that you don't like me or you got something against me. I'm playing it. Like, you don't know what I got right now. You don't know how I'm looking. So that's another thing, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind. And also, when it comes down to understanding things, I like when Gemini could break down the understanding of, like, say if you having like a gender war or something like that. They know how to break down that as well and look at it on both sides. See, that's one thing about them. They're going to look at stuff from both sides of the view as well. So this what give them that super curve and advantage to communicating better than anyone else. But like I said, at the end of the day, your superpower, you know, always take a little training for it to become the what you want out of it. So at the end of the day, learn that. And solar Geminis, keep your head up and keep communicating with people. And make sure you surround yourself around more positive people than negative. So you know what I mean? So you won't find yourself being a trash talker or find yourself being very abusive with words. So even when you get grown, you don't want to run into that, because like at the end of the day, you got the masculine energy coming towards it. So it could get real aggressive when it comes to you communicating your mental of what's going on inside your brain. So keep that in mind. And let's keep on going. Let's go to the next sign. And y'all stay tuned.